Hello, my friend. I have witnessed hundreds of men collapse, not because they were bad men, but because they were too good, too obedient, too eager to please their wives. Today, I am going to say something that will make you uncomfortable. If you want more intimacy in your marriage, you have to stop trying to please your wife right now. Sounds crazy, doesn't it? It sounds backwards and full of risk. But this is the bitter truth that nobody dares to say out loud. Those very efforts of yours to be the good boy are killing you. They are turning you into a stranger, right inside your own bedroom. The harder you try to please her, the less she desires you. This is not guesswork. This is the raw, naked nature of desire itself. And today, I am going to strip it bare for you to see. You have been deceived for decades. Society has lied to you. The experts on television have lied to you. Even the women's magazines have lied to you. They told you to get closer to your wife, to share more feelings, to open up emotionally, to do more housework so that she would be happy. They even gave it a fancy name. They called it chore play, doing housework in exchange for intimacy. You believed in that idea. You followed it obediently. You vacuumed the living room on Friday nights. You washed the dishes after dinner. You did the laundry, folded the clothes, and took out the trash. You cooked Sunday breakfast for the whole family. And you quietly hoped for a ticket into the bedroom. But what was the result? Nothing at all. She only saw you as a good partner, a reliable roommate, or worse still, she saw you as a devoted housekeeper. I have witnessed this scenario far too many times. That kind of closeness kills desire. This is a hard pill to swallow. Sexual desire does not require absolute safety. It needs mystery. It needs distance. It needs a little sweet tension. When you are too obedient, you lose your mystery. You become too predictable. You become boring to a pitiful degree. Desire needs oxygen to burn. And too much familiarity is like carbon dioxide. It smothers every flame of longing inside her. Before I go any deeper, I need to make one thing very clear. What I am about to share is not for everyone. If your marriage involves violence, if anyone in the home is being abused, if your wife is dealing with a serious medical condition, then this content does not apply to you. We are talking about men of substance here. Men over 45 years old. Men who are trapped in a cold marriage, simply because of harmful misunderstandings about psychology, simply because of the misleading advice given by society. If you are that man, keep listening. Now I am going to point out 5 behaviors. 5 habits that seem harmless, but they are quietly killing your wife's desire. Number 1. The chore play trap. The trap of the housekeeper. Do you really think doing chores is foreplay for intimacy? That is a serious mistake. Women do not see an attractive man when he is fumbling around with a mop. They see a man who is trying to buy intimacy. And the price paid through submission is always a cheap one. Number 2. Absolute submission. People call this the nice guy syndrome. You always ask her about every little thing. Where do you want to eat tonight, honey? What movie do you want to watch? Where do you want to go this weekend? You think this is respect for your wife? No, you are mistaken. That is weakness in the art of leadership. She wants a man who makes decisions. She wants to be led by a man with backbone, not by an oversized child who is always waiting for instructions. When you give up the right to lead, you lower your own value. You turn yourself into a faded shadow inside your own home. Number 3. Losing your own space. This is something so many men fall into. You give up your personal hobbies. You cut off contact with your old friends. You sell the motorcycle that you loved. You stop playing golf on the weekends. You are always by her side, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. You think that closeness will create love, but reality is exactly the opposite. That is presence overload. It makes her feel suffocated, instead of longing for you. A man is most attractive when he has his own world, when he is passionate about his own vision and his own purpose. Number 4. The withdrawal of consultation. This is the clearest sign of all. The sign that respect has collapsed inside the marriage. When your wife no longer asks for your opinion, when she decides on her own to change jobs, when she decides on her own about financial investments, when she only informs you after the fact, that is the moment you have been demoted. You are no longer a strategic partner in the household. You are only the one who receives the announcements. Even worse, you have become a piece of furniture, standing there, present there, but with no voice at all. Respect has walked out the door, and desire walked out right behind it. Number 5, familiarity to the point of contempt. This is the quietest killer of all. When you become too predictable, the dopamine in her body stops flowing. Dopamine is the hormone of desire itself. It is only released in the presence of the new. Familiarity creates a sense of safety, but it is poison to arousal. You are no longer a challenge. You are no longer a question worth exploring. And human beings are wired this way. We do not crave what we are already certain of possessing. Now let us look at the science. I want to tell you about a fascinating study. The study is called Less is More from Harvard University. Michael Norton and his colleagues uncovered a paradox. The more you know about another person, the more your fondness for them tends to decrease. Why is that? Because as information about each other increases, the differences between the two of you begin to surface, and those differences create a cascading effect. It causes every piece of information after that to be interpreted negatively. Familiarity kills the pull of the new. Biologically speaking, desire requires dopamine. Dopamine is only released in the presence of novelty and challenge. Meanwhile, lasting attachment is based on oxytocin. Oxytocin brings peace and warmth, but that very peace, at times, is what puts out the fire in the bedroom. To maintain passion over the long term, you have to know how to balance these two systems. You need safety to stay together, but you need separation to keep desiring each other. This is what Dr. Esther Perel has been saying for the past 20 years. Desire needs distance. Love needs closeness. These two forces are in tension with each other. Now, do you recognize what you have been losing? When you try to be good in order to earn your wife's love, you are dismantling your own masculine identity with your own hands. You are no longer a high-quality man. You are no longer a top-shelf man. You have turned yourself into an object being judged, instead of a subject full of magnetism. When you submit, your value drops. Nobody can desire a person they do not respect. Respect is the foundation of all desire. If you cannot take charge of your own life, how can you take charge of the bedroom? You are slowly turning into a male version of a people pleaser, too fixated on tiny details, too afraid of being judged, too desperate to be accepted. And that is truly pathetic in your wife's eyes. So what is the solution? The solution does not lie in begging her. You cannot negotiate someone else's desire. Desire is not merchandise. It cannot be bought with kindness. It cannot be traded for housework. Stop trying to change your wife. Go back to taking charge of your own life. The only solution is to upgrade yourself. People call this leveling up. When you have your own life and your own backbone, the mystery will naturally return. She will see a different man, a man that she does not entirely possess. And it is precisely that quality of not being fully owned that creates powerful attraction. Do not please her through submission. Make her admire you through self-mastery. I am going to give you 5 concrete action steps. You can start tomorrow. Step 1. Reset your personal boundaries. Stop doing things that you do not enjoy. Stop doing things just to trade for intimacy. Say no when it needs to be said. Self-affirmation is far more attractive than obedience. A man who knows how to say no is a man of value. Step 2. Rebuild the distance. This is called the away phase. Spend time on your personal interests. Go play golf on Saturday morning. Reconnect with your old friends. Go fishing alone on the weekend. Take a solo trip for a few days each year. Absence makes the heart long more deeply. Give her the chance to miss you. Step 3. Reclaim decision-making authority. Start with the smallest things. Tonight we are having Italian. This weekend we are heading to the coast. Do not ask for her opinion on every trivial matter. A man who leads is a man who attracts. Step 4. Communicate directly and honestly. Use sentences that begin with I feel. Use sentences that begin with I need, instead of silent obedience for years on end. Instead of indirect criticism through your attitude, state clearly your expectations for respect. State clearly your needs for intimacy. Step 5. Invest seriously in your own worth. Hit the gym at least 4 times a week. Read books to expand your knowledge every night. Focus on your career and your finances. Learn a new skill at 45 years old. Do it for your own self-respect, not to please anyone else. When you see yourself as valuable, the whole world will see you as valuable. If you are tired already, tired of feeling like a burden inside your own home, if you want to reclaim your masculine backbone, if you want to reclaim the dignity you have lost, hit the subscribe button right now. Ring the notification bell so you do not miss anything. Join our community, a place where men over 45 years old are waking up together. We do not teach you how to flatter your wife. We do not teach you how to please women. We help you reclaim the intimate life you deserve through the masculine strength that has always belonged to you. Now I want you to pause for a minute. Look back at the last 10 years of your marriage. You have already been the obedient husband. You have already washed the dishes, taken out the trash, and vacuumed the floors. You have already sacrificed your hobbies, sacrificed your friends. You have already put her above yourself. So why is your bedroom still so cold? Why does her gaze no longer hold any desire when it lands on you? Why are you still lonely, right next to the very woman you married? Are you going to keep being the good husband for another 10 years? Or will you have the courage to change, starting today?